The economy remains one of the top issues heading into the general election due to the economic fallout because of COVID-19. However, there has been optimism over the past few months, with President Trump even touting a super V economic recovery. Here to talk about this further is economist and CEO of Patriot Gold Group, Jack Hanney. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me this morning, Stephanie. Good morning.
Good morning. So again, the Labor Department released its jobs report for the month of August, showing the U.S. added 1.37 million jobs to the economy. Your reaction to these numbers?
Well, some may say that it's a slowdown from the report in June and July. But what's most important is to look at the unemployment rate dipping now into the single digits. And we did add close to 1.4 million jobs in August. And the unemployment rate has now dipped to 8.4%. So we are seeing a V-shaped recovery. And the V-shaped recovery directly correlates with the unemployment claims back in March and April. And now what we're seeing on Thursday, that 881,000 new unemployment claims were filed compared to the 950,000 that were forecasted as well. So that's why we're seeing this V-shaped recovery.
And at least we're seeing a dip, at least below the 1 million weekly jobless claims we were seeing beforehand, and now we're below that 1 million mark. Many are celebrating this historic V-shaped recovery and letting out a sigh of relief as they've seen their IRAs and 401ks recover. But at what cost, and is it because of the Fed and their monetary easing?
It is entirely due to the Fed that we see this recovery in stocks with the Feds and their monetary easing programs, and Jerome Powell with injecting the liquidity into the stock markets and keeping interest rates at zero. But that was what was necessary after we saw what happened back in March. So he really stabilized the stock market, was able to inject some liquidity. We've seen a V-shaped recovery, and we've seen Americans' IRAs and 401ks recover. And I think that was the intent, and I think they were successful at doing that.
And lastly, White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow said a real-time indicator is the ISM reports, which he says was a blowout report. Can you explain this concept further and how important this is factoring when discussing the economic recovery?
Well, Larry Kudlow, of course, was talking about manufacturing and the ISM report, but really what we're looking at here is, I think it was reported about a return to some manufacturing here in the States. And I think that we're going to see that moving forward, especially with Trump's economic recovery plan, with a lot of the manufacturing returning to the States and coming and returning from China.
And we'll have to see if Congress, if they can come up with a coronavirus relief bill. We know that there's been some stiff negotiations, if you will, between Democrats and Republicans in both chambers. So we'll have to see if they come up with something that they can both agree on. Again, economist and CEO of Patriot Gold Group, Jack Hanney, giving us the latest on that monthly jobs report and what we can expect from this economic recovery. Thank you so much again.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.